Welcome back to Mac Music Review. I lost my hat, my Humble Beast hat. I don't know where it is, and I'm like upset about that because I like that hat a lot, and I always wear it when I'm reviewing rap music, so that stinks. Today we're going to be looking at the album Loose Canon Volume 3 by Canon. In case you didn't know, Canon is a little heard of, very not popular Christian rapper under the Reflection Music Group label. And it's a very small Christian label. It's owned by Derek Minor. He's like the most significant name on the label. I don't really know about any of the other people on the label, but it's Canon's a thing. This is the third installment in his Loose Canon trilogy, released 2 years after Loose Canon Volume 2. And this one, the other ones are mixtapes. They're, they're EPs. They're kind of short. This one feels like an album. It's 10 songs long, 10 full-length songs, and it just feels like an album. So I'm going to say that Loose Canon Volume 3 is an album. Unlike Loose Canon Volume 2, this album has very little guest artists. The only guest artists on this whole album are on the songs Expect Us, which features 2 completely unheard of Christian rappers, and then the song I Ain't Got Time, which features a unheard of Christian singer called Pearl. I'm guessing she's a Christian singer. She might just be like a regular singer. She might be one of those regular singers that's not Christian. A secular singer, or normal singer. But I've never heard of her, so no significant guest artists on this album. And Canon does the rest of the songs, so 8 out of the 10 tracks on this album are just Canon. The music on this album is overwhelmingly hype. The whole point of this album is to get you pumped up. It's full of epic moments, like on Hold Up. The literal entire point of the song, there's no verses or anything. The whole point of the song is it just builds up to this drop, to this big moment. And that's literally the entire song. And then it just repeats the big moment over and over again. But the climax is obviously the first moment that the chorus hits, and the chorus just repeats. There's no verses. It's like a skit where he's talking to a guy, and he's like, "Hey, I just wrote this thing. I think you should check it out. I think it's pretty lit." And so he's singing it normally. And then as he's singing it, you hear the beat coming in the background. But he's singing it raw acoustic at first, and then it comes in, and the chorus gets more and more hype, and then eventually just explodes. And that's the whole point of the song. Other songs like The Family are super duper fast, overdo it. I'm Back. All these songs are just meant to create hype, and really the whole album is all about just being hype. And it's lyrically, there's really not a lot there. It's not a lot of serious lyrics. It's not a bunch of lyrics that I really take seriously. It's mostly just a hype-up album. With that being said, this thing is pretty clean. This thing has some really good flows, some really, really hype, very smooth, clean beats throughout this entire project. The first song, I'm Back, especially cool. Just Canon says, "Hey, I'm back. It's been, 2 years, and here I am," and it totally is a bold statement, because that song is a long song, and it doesn't feel long, because Canon just kills every second of it. Another really good song on this album is The Family. This song is a song dedicated to Canon's fans, where he's like, "This song is for my day ones. This is for the people who were with me right at the beginning." And I wasn't one of the day ones. I actually discovered Canon through this project, but I ended up still loving that song. It is so cool. Canon, one of the best things about this album is Canon himself. His flows, especially on that song, he just insanely fast. Crazy fast, crazy awesome, really good music, really cool song. Another good one on this thing is Overdo It. "Oh no, I think he might overdo it. Overdo it." That was super corny. But I'm trying to show you, as a wasp, I'm just trying to show you how hyped this song is, because I'm getting hyped just talking about this song. It's that hype. It's that hype. Another song on this album that's pretty hype, pretty lit, is Easy. I make it look easy. I make it look easy. And it's just the beat is just so clean, so fresh. The song just sounds so good. My Little Baby has effective use of sampling, and especially the song Expect Us. That one has this really cool, kind of dark, epic sample that plays in the background throughout the song, and it just sounds so cool. Another song which I kind of have a love-hate relationship with is I Ain't Got Time. The music is really cool. for the most of the song. Then you get to the chorus, and this Pearl person delivers this terrible chorus. Like, and the chorus is supposed to be the best part of a song. That's supposed to be like the climax, and it's terrible. The lyrics are terrible. Her singing isn't very good, and it's just cheesy. It's like, it's about, I've been working a lot this week, and I really just want to party, so I'm just going to have fun tonight. I'm just going to have a good time. It's like, this is so stupid. It's a stupid song. Another great one on here is Hold Up. This song is kind of a one-trick pony. That's the one complaint I have with it. It doesn't have great replayability, but the first few times you hear it, you're like, that is awesome. I want to hear that again. Then you play it again, you're like, that is still awesome. And then you end up, downloading the song, and then it keeps on popping up, and you're like, well, this song is literally just the chorus. There's nothing else to this song. It's just that epic moment, and the epicness does fade after a few listens. But initially, I would say it's a cool song. It is a one-trick pony, but it's kind of cool. Lyrically, I would say this album is not fantastic. That's the weakest thing about this album, is there's not a lot of memorable content in the lyrics. I think The Family is memorable. My Little Baby has some good lyrics. But for the most part, lyrically, this thing is pretty shallow, pretty artificial. It's just about having a good time. It's just about getting hype, about feeling cool, and that's literally the whole album. So for that, it definitely weakens the album. Loose Canon Volume 3 is Canon's most well-produced album out of the Loose Canon series. It is definitely the best entry in the Loose Canon series, with the cleanest flows, the cleanest beats. This thing just sounds lit from like start to finish. Actually, I shouldn't say that, because one song, Eagles is a little bit corny, and the music is not super duper effective. But besides that song, I think this album just sounds super good. Very clean, very well produced, very hype, very awesome, but not great lyrics, just kind of shallow. There's just really not a lot of interesting topics. There's really just not much there in terms of lyrics. I'm going to give this thing 3.5 out of 5. What do you think of Loose Canon Volume 3? I think it's pretty impressive. I mean, it's not super duper impressive. Production is super good on this album. I thought it was really cool. Lyrically, there definitely leaves something to be desired. You ever listen to Canon? What's your favorite Christian rapper? Tell me in the description. I'm desperate for comments. I never get any comments. Nobody watches my videos. I'm gonna have a breakdown.